Again, we're out here on the deck. I got some more lights tonight. Give you a little look. I hope y'all are doing good. Let's see if anybody comes in. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm going to be coming on here as I am, okay? As I am. I know my content, I try to be kind of presentable, but it's real life, real life. So it's 7:31. Hubby's getting the baby down. Other child is finishing her dinner. So I'm out here hanging out right now. And you're probably doing the same. Um, I said I would announce when I would go live, and I did right before I came live, but I know it's not enough time because I just did it a minute ago. I did go live on Instagram before here. Nobody joined. It was like 5 minutes. I wasn't on there long. But I just knew for sure someone would join, at least one person. Oh, and here's one person on here. So I told Instagram, I was like, I need to go live. I was trying to tell them to come to my YouTube because on YouTube, like my lives go towards my watch hours. And I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. And so I'm trying to go live more often. And if you're a YouTuber, then you should go live more often too. Post more, whatever you need to do. I need to post more long form videos, which I plan to do. Um, I'm going to be talking a lot about like the behind the scenes stuff that goes on with me and making content and building a YouTube channel and a blog and everything that kind of deals with that. I made a little video today, actually, I recorded a little video today about that, like being a woman and entrepreneurship and all of that stuff. So I don't know if I'll share that with you or not, but maybe. I have a challenge going on right now that I'm promoting. It's 5-day confident baker content challenge. So for 5 days, we're going to be in a private Facebook group, and I'm going to be giving you a prompt every day, like a task kind of, a way for you to put into action to put yourself out there more boldly, to just encourage you to tell your story, attract the audience that you want to attract, and just empower you to show up in a crowded space. Cake decorating space is a crowded space. It's very, you see a lot of people like with their cake skills and just putting out beautiful cakes and all that stuff. But the thing is that a lot of those creators don't really show themselves. They don't. Hey, hello, how are you? A lot of creators don't show themselves and just like their skills. And your skills are great, they're important, but it's important to also make sure you stand out from the crowd and all of that. So I want to encourage that during this challenge. And then, like on the 6th day, I'll be going live answering questions. Like, I'm going to be just sharing any questions you have. I'm going to be sharing, like, I'm a mom and a wife trying to create and all of that. And I know when I started my blog and started heavenmycake.com, I had the idea from someone who didn't have kids, who didn't have a husband. Like, they were doing phenomenally like online and all that because they had the time to focus and on their craft. So when I started having my cake.com, like I had like married and had a baby. I had a daughter at the time. Now I have 2 kids. So it's a little bit more challenging now. Still trying to show up and still evolving and trying to figure out my space within this. I started, with making beginner tutorials, things like that, fun stuff like that, teaching beginners how to build a cake, how to decorate a cake. I don't talk about baking a lot because baking is not my passion. Like baking, like as far as like just baking in general, like, but cake decorating, you have to bake your cake, whatever. But you can have any kind of cake you want, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Um, yeah, so, just figuring out where, like, what I wanted to do. Like, I used to sell cakes, and I don't like doing that. I don't like selling cakes. I wanted to do something that was more fun and exciting and just, more me. Hello, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for coming in. Hope y'all are well. Just talking about a couple things. I'm evolving in my journey, my cake decorating journey. And also, I'm talking about a cake challenge, not a cake challenge, a confident baker content challenge. So, helping bakers with their content and being able to stand out from the crowd of all the other bakers and stuff, and the things that you should do to do that. I have it, the link is in my bio. It's 5-day confident baker challenge, content challenge. If you're interested, and hi, yay! I'm so glad you subscribed. Um, just things, telling your story more as a baker. Like, I'm trying to tell my story more. I have told my story. Because my story is more like cheap cake lady to content creator, like how I like went from just being a cheap cake lady. A lot of us are cheap cake ladies, and we need to be charging more for our cakes, and but just evolving from that to being a content creator. And I really wanted to make money online and grow a community and all of that without the stress of selling cakes and all of that stuff. So that's basically a quick thing of my story of why I started my blog and all that. But what I've noticed is when I started my blog, like I realized like there's a whole world out here online. Like there's so much to learn. Like once you learn, like to learn one thing, you have to learn like 3 different skills. So it's like you take a step forward and it's like 3 steps back. Take a step forward, then it's like 3 steps back. So like when people come on this space and they make it seem like it's so easy to build online, it's not. Don't believe them. It takes a lot of work and time to figure out a lot of things. Like you really have to be in tune with what you're doing and focused. And like if you don't know really what you want to do, it's going to take even longer. And if you let other people's opinions direct you, it's going to take even longer. Like so you have to really learn from people that are in your space or a step ahead of you. Not so much like say if you're just starting out on here trying to make content and then like you're learning from a CEO that's making millions of dollars a year, like that they're not on the same level. They're not a step ahead of you. So you have to be really careful about that. Like when I was saying earlier when I started blogging, I got the idea from someone that didn't have kids, that didn't have a husband at the time. Like now she does, but back then she didn't. Like she just recently did. So it was like I'm comparing myself to someone that has all the time in the world, and I struggled why isn't this happening fast enough for me? Why isn't this? Why isn't that? And it's like comparing myself to that person, and you can't do that. You can't compare yourself to someone that's like 10 steps ahead of you and has the time to do stuff. So, um, as a mom of 2 kids, like, and a husband, like, we're on a different pay scale. Whole different scale, pay scale, energy scale, level, all that stuff. We're on a different vibe, different vibe. Um, Even up until like last year, I was still learning from like people that didn't have a family, you know? And I realized that like it was a hard truth that I had to realize, and I had to just take a step back and be like, I'm doing great for where I am and what I'm trying to do. Um, I may not like be making a lot of money. Like I don't really talk about money like that, but I want to. Because we all want like times are hard, life is changing, like you want to make an impact, you want to serve. Like I serve so much, I've given so much to my platforms, different platforms. Like I've had 2 podcasts, I've had um, classes, I've given away free resources, I've given, so much. And you have to like that can burn you out too, just as much as making cakes in the kitchen, and all of that. Like that can burn you out. Just like just creating and creating and creating stuff and thinking like, oh, like, you just have to go in it with a good attitude and just be like, one day this is going to get me somewhere. And you just have to keep going, keep staying persistent, consistent, all of that. Whew, it's hard. But I wanted to talk about a few things that I have going on, okay? So, trying to hold my phone here. I don't have anywhere to set it down. But um, a few things that I have that you are welcome to try out, join. It's whatever you want to do. But you don't know unless I talk about it and tell you. So I talk about these things all the time. So if you're someone that is creating offers and you're creating things and you're trying to promote yourself, this is an everyday job. You have to promote yourself every single day, every day. And it's hard to do that because you don't want to annoy people. You don't want to seem like someone that's just always talking. But you really do. But the reality is that I try to listen to you guys. I try to hear what you want and all of that stuff and try to create things to help you because like I'm in this journey with you too. So I have one thing that is called cake prep and smoothing mastery. So it's a course, and in this course, I show you how to build your cake, like prep it, build it, smooth it out, all that stuff. And this is what you do after you finish baking your cake, okay? A lot of you already know how to bake a cake. You can get box cake, you have recipes online. There's a million of all those online that you can find, okay? You find what works for you. And then you come to me and you're like, all right, I want to learn how to prep my cake and get it smoothed out. So when I say prepping your cake, I'm talking about leveling their cake layers. I'm talking about filling how you fill and stack your cake, right? Because you don't want your filling to ooze out of the cake. So you got to be careful with that. Right, we all want some filling. Sometimes you just have buttercream in the filling, but sometimes you want strawberry, you want lemon curd, you want whatever whatever you want. So then after you fill and stack your cake, you need to crumb coat it. This crumb coating will help you, see how your cake is set up, right? It'll help you learn how to smooth the icing and all of that stuff on your cake. It's just a thin layer of icing to smooth it out, but it'll basically bring your cake to life. So if you don't know how to crumb coat a cake, then the rest of the cake is not gonna look good. It's not gonna look nice. Just so you know. And if you've been there, you know, like, oh, she right. My cake don't look good. So, crumb coating your cake is very, very important. So I walk you through this, and then smoothing your cake is another step. So it's 4 videos, right? Each of those has is a different video. It's under 10 minutes. And, so if you're stuck, maybe you already know how to crumb coat, maybe you already know how to level your cake, maybe you already know how to whatever. You can go in this course and go to the video that you need or run through it because I do give all of my tips. Like I break it all down for you, and there's some extras in there as well. I also have a cake prep and smoothing guide where I have everything in there with pictures and descriptions and I mean, not descriptions, but instructions of everything to help you. So not only are you getting the video, you're getting the guide to help you through that. And also, I added some bonuses in there, which is like my buttercream tutorial. So that way you know how to make buttercream, you know how to, and also a troubleshooting guide, so you know how to troubleshoot your buttercream. So many things can go wrong with the buttercream depending on the weather, depending on the temperature, depending on all kinds of things. Um, so I have that in there, and then also a little cupcake decorating guide as well. I have in there. I'm trying to think what else is in there. I think that pretty much covers it. But you basically are getting a whole system of how of how to like build and frost your cake and how to do it in a way where like you're learning the techniques, specific techniques, you know what I'm saying? So that way you're not just looking at a 5-second video and just like trying to put cake together. It's not going to work out that way. And it also takes a lot of practice. So, and I emphasize that in the video as well. These techniques do take practice, but I do want to say that it doesn't take long for you to get them down. I also give you a list of my tools and all of that as well. You get the buttercream recipe. You get like I said, it's a whole system of trying to help you um, learn how to prep your cake to get ready for your design. Because it doesn't matter how beautiful, you got a design you see on Pinterest, you see on Instagram, but if you don't know how to build and stack your cake and frost it, then it's not going to look nice. All right, so I have that. It's in the link in my bio. You can get it. Cake prep and smoothing mastery. That's what it's called. This is the third link, I think. Um, then, excuse me. The first link that I have on there is in my free community on Facebook. And sorry, I'm drinking something. So in there I have a cake community. It's Heaven My Cake Club. It's on Facebook, Facebook group. So you can join that if you want to. And on there I'm, trying to give tips, trying to promote what I have going on and all of that stuff. I do want to start going live in there and just really digging deep into certain things. Um, So I have that. You're welcome to join because you never know what I'll share in there. I try to make it a little exclusive so that way you're not like seeing the same things. And then the third thing is the challenge that I'm talking about. And it's the third link in my bio or the first link in my bio. I mean, no, it's the second link in my bio. I'm sorry. Um, so it'll say heavenmycake.com/start here. And in there, it'll be the free community is going to pop up. Then the 5-day confident baker content challenge, the second link. And then the third link is the cake prep and smoothing mastery. Listen, I'm remembering all this. So you know I'm for real. But but yeah, so yeah, there's a few things there that you can get involved in and learn and all of that because I know smoothing a cake is a really big thing that a lot of bakers want to learn how to do. And you can't learn how to smooth your cake without learning how to prep your cake first. So if you struggle with that, then that means that you need help with the prep part, getting that cake set up for your design. Um, so, so yeah. So that's what I have for you. If you have any questions ever at all about anything that I have, um, you can always reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Instagram, message, DM me. I answer all of my messages usually. Unless you sound creepy, then I'm not going to answer. I'm going to be real with you. But if you like genuinely want to know something, I'll help you. And if you're nice and you're like, you're like, hey, like, what does this mean? Or how do I do this? How do I do that? You know what I mean? I'll help you with that. But so yes, the tools are kind of important in the success of your cake, finished cake. You want to have an offset spatula. You want to have a turntable. You want to have icing smoother, a bench scraper. You want to have all that. It's going to make your life a lot easier, especially if you really want to, make a nice cake. It's good to have those tools. What else do I want to say? Yeah, so I don't know if you have any questions about anything, if you want to ask me anything. So yeah, all that you can see in the link in my bio. I also, I'm kind of like evolving and I want to create something that is for women entrepreneurs, like bakers, like kind of like a behind the scenes type of thing. So I'm gonna do something like that. I'm just putting it in your ear right now. But I'll probably put it out after the challenge. See, I'm gonna see. Um, but I really like this challenge. I really want to do. I feel like it'll be really fun. If you're a baker, regardless of where you are in your journey, if you're a beginner, if you've been baking forever, maybe whatever. Like, I think it'd be really fun. Like I said, it's 5 days. Every day it's going to be a different prompt. Um, so I'll have like what you'll do, and then like why it matters, and then like it'll be your turn to do it. So I kind of break that down for you, and then like just giving you feedback and just encouragement, and us just kind of like we're following each other, supporting each other, and all of that during the challenge. And I don't know, I just think it'd be a very powerful challenge for us. I haven't seen a baker really do this type of thing. So just a different vibe. Different vibe. It'll be fun. Um, and just help me kind of just get to know more bakers and all of that. So I think what else I can say about it. I mean, it's pretty much what it is. It's $37 right now to join. We start March 10th. So I was gonna do March 3rd, but I kind of was a little late putting out everything. So I should have just kept it for March 3rd and we had just kicked off. But you get an extra week to decide if you want to join. And it gives me an extra week to promote it and all of that. Like I said, my life is so busy. So hopefully y'all can hear me pretty good on my headphones. So I guess we can just like chat. I feel like I said everything that I really wanted to come on here to say. And I will put this on my YouTube channel as well. So, how are y'all doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? Let me know. Like, what are you doing right now? Exactly. Comment. Let me know what you're up to. Did you eat dinner already? Like, what are y'all doing? I would love to know. Love to know. Will this let me playing around with this? So yeah, I want to come on live here more often. I want to get my watch hours up. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna be like real with you guys when I'm on here. Like my content about to be so real. It's gonna make you wonder, like other people that you follow, like are they on here because they want watch hours? They do. They want the watch hours. So I'm trying to get monetized. If you're um, on YouTube trying to build your content, like and you're trying to get monetized, long form and lives, long form content and lives. I'm in a whole like YouTube space Facebook group and I learned so much from there. Like I learned that YouTube surpasses Netflix on streaming. Like people watch YouTube more than they watch Netflix. And that blew my mind. So ever since I learned that, I'm like YouTube, 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 YouTube. So that's right. That's mind boggling. Because you think, oh, Netflix is, this and that, but and I told my husband, and he was like, well, YouTube is free. So people are gonna go on YouTube. Plus, it's educational. People want to learn. People want to learn stuff. They want to, it's not like Netflix where it's just you're watching movies all day. It's, really learning anything. I'm real. Why is YouTube? See, that's deep. Yeah. 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 So YouTube's where it's at, man. Like it's not going anywhere. Like you never hear nothing bad about YouTube. Like it's always positive. And like I said, people want to learn. People want to get educated. People want to know how to do things. And YouTube offers that. And it just makes so much sense um, why it has more streams than Netflix does. So shout out to our our group, our YouTube group where I learned that from Brittany from Fashion. What's her name? The Fashion Doctor. She runs our YouTube page, and yeah, nice to meet you. I hope y'all are doing well. What are y'all doing tonight? Are y'all like super YouTube people? Like, do you go live or do you just come on YouTube to just hang out and see what's going on YouTube? Do you share content or you just learn on YouTube? Um, and do y'all make cakes? Like, why? Like, what made y'all follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel? Can you answer that for me? Like, what made you subscribe to my YouTube channel? What about it? What about me? About my content? I would just love to know just for fun. Like, I don't know if I don't ask. So, but yeah, I'm here in North Carolina. If you've been following me for the last 4 years, I was in Florida for a while when I started my channel. I was living in Florida. Then almost 2 years ago in June, we moved to North Carolina. So I don't have to talk about my whole life story. I have to fit check. You talk about my fit. I'll have to talk about my life story on here one day. I don't know, cause yeah, like I said, my content's gonna be evolving, so you're gonna be seeing some different things here pretty soon, like next couple months or so. Um, maybe sooner. Maybe sooner. I'd sure like to. You want to have some of my cakes? Well, well, having my cake, this name that I have is supposed to be like basically I'm saying like having my cake, right? So heaven is like short for heaven, or it sounds the same. Or another word for it. They say you shouldn't choose a name based like you shouldn't like choose like a tricky name like that. Like you should make it like your business name should be something that people automatically know what it's about right away. So when I started, I wanted to have a place where I can just like share my stuff, do it how I want to do it, not be locked in the kitchen, kind of just be creative and all of that stuff. So that's how it started for me. So yeah, yeah, my cakes are yeah, I like them. I love a good cake from scratch. It's really good. I don't like box cakes are good too, but just a cake from scratch is just it just tastes fresher and all of that, and it just goes so good with American buttercream. I talk a lot about American buttercream. That's what I use. It's easy. So if you're looking for a buttercream, easy buttercream, American buttercream. There's so many other buttercreams like Swiss meringue buttercream, which is a really popular one. That's talked about soft, silky, all of that. It just takes more time to make to me, and so I just want to just throw my ingredients in the bowl. What are you talking about, loose squares? No, I wouldn't cook you something. I'll be real with you. Um, what are we making that strong? Let's So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I appreciate y'all for joining. I'm here seeing what is being said. Just one thing about YouTube, people will comment and talk to you. You have no idea what they're talking about. But listen, I'm glad you're here watching. Glad you're here watching, and hopefully, um, you learned something today or got something out of this live. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Take care until next time, and I'll try to let y'all know the next time I come on, even if it's a minute before. All right, take care.